Well, what's the crack? Welcome along to another video on a right nice pint. It is Friday night and I am in my wee little studio here. It has been, probably a week since the last video, and we are back on the perfect draft system. And you know what? I've funny feeling, even though it's Christmas time, and I know not with it being Christmas time, you'd imagine that the sales of these machines are going to be quite high anyway. But after the news that was in the Republic of Ireland today by the government and the NEFIT, the recommendation of pub capacities coming down and all this kind of stuff, table service, all that, some people are just not going to bother going out. I feel sorry for anyone working in hospitality or entertainment or anything like that, because it's near impossible to operate. It's making it very difficult for them and people that won't be comfortable going out at the same time. So a lot of people are probably going to be turning to these machines, the likes of the Perfect Draft and the Blade machine, which we've also featured on this channel as well. And by the way, speaking of Blade, I have got a number, how many? 5, I think, four different kegs on the Blade coming your way soon on the channel, including Desperados, Lagunitas, and also, what do you got? Edelweiss. That one's coming in, the German wheat beer. We've got that coming up on the channel. And Gosser, Marzen, that's coming too. So some really exciting beers coming on the Blade shortly. But today, it's all about the Perfect Draft system. And this is today the strongest. Is it the strongest beer I've had on this machine? I think it is. Or it's up there. Maybe Quack might have been a tad bit stronger, but Tripel Karmeliet is what we have on the channel today from Belgium. It comes in at a massive 8% ABV. That's right, you got to take it handy with this beer. And this beer comes in at 8%, and from the beergals.com, the Irish Perfect Draft keg and machine supplier, who kindly sent it our way. This is €53.95 for the keg. You get €5 back on the keg when you return it, so it's €48.95. And if you, per se, if you were going to drink pints of this, and I don't think you should try that, it's €4.45 if you want to drink pints of it. And I don't think it's possible to buy a pint of this in Belgium. I'm not sure, but we go with a smaller glass on this today because of what it is. And so let's give it a go. Thanks to Georgina and Rosalind for sending this on, by the way, once again. And if you want to check them out, go to thebeergals.com, to their website. I know they've got cracking deals on for Christmas and whatnot as well on the machines and all that kind of stuff, if you want to sort a loved one out with a machine for Christmas time. So do check them out. Right. While you're checking them out, let's check the beer out. Let's go. Here is Tripel Karmeliet. I think in Belgium, they kind of go with a straight down pour to get a bigger head on the beers. Certain beers, the likes of this. And we've achieved that. They like a lot of head in their beers in Belgium. When I did the 45 degree, as you can tell on the machine, I have had a few of these throughout the last couple of weeks. But when I've done the 45 degree, which is do like a lager pour, it doesn't get enough of a head on it. But this has came out fairly well. So as you can see, and I know it's a pint or glass, so we'll turn her around there for a second. So as you can see, it's not entirely see-through. It's a little bit hazy. It's a tiny, tiny bit hazy, this beer. There's plenty of bubbles rising through the glass. I don't know if you can see that there because it's kind of fogged up a little bit. Plenty of bubbles going up through the glass. We've got a lovely 2 and a bit finger ahead. White in colour, fluffy white in colour. It's a beautiful looking beer. How about the aromas then? So this is Tripel Karmeliet. This is just to give you some of what the beer gals say about this. They say it's a delicious, sweet Karmeliet with an almost licorice-like finish. And the Tripel was brewed with 3 grains and is an excellent and refreshing drink. Very lively drink. It pours with a large foamy head, which it has, and they say there's some sweetness to this drink. So let's go for it. Let's see, do I agree? I actually forgot to smell the bloody thing. But on flavour, that does not taste like 8%. It is far from 8%. You are certainly getting that caramel flavour. There's a banana clove element, caramel banana clove element to the beer, which you get with a lot of the Belgian ales, and this is a Belgian triple, but this tastes fantastic. It is really sweet, not much of a bitterness. You can finally feel a bit of a heat coming down the back of the throat because it's 8%, but it doesn't, if you get me, it goes down. It doesn't taste that strong, but you do feel the heat going down the back of your throat from the alcohol that's within in the beer. On the nose, and I know I should have done this first, but anyway, yeah, it is basically what you're tasting. You are getting loads of caramel in there, and that's why it's called what it is. I assume Karmeliet is caramel. I can be corrected on that, but that's just a guess. The body of this beer, probably a medium body. It's not that thin. It is just such a smooth beer. Look at the lacing here. Have a look at that. Absolutely beautiful in the glass. Super. It's a really good beer. This is top quality stuff, and this is what I love about this machine. The quality of the beers in this machine is absolutely fantastic. The choice and quality is top class. So sweet. This would be perfect with something like a cheese board. What do you call those? Maybe it's a different name. The ones with cheese and hams and crackers and that kind of thing. A couple of sauces and whatnot. This would be ideal. Into the winter time, in front of a fire, roaring hot fire or whatever. This would be just amazing. It tastes great, goes down really easily. Again, this is not going to be for everyone, because if it's your first time having a Belgian blonde or a double or a triple or whatever, probably start off with one of the other beers first if you're getting into the Belgian styles, because that 8%, that you have to be careful and mind yourself with this beer at 8%. That's for sure. But it's a great beer. I can't really say much more about this. It's quite sweet, not much of a bitterness to this. There is a bit of heat in it when it's going down your throat because of the 8% alcohol, but at the same time, taste wise, it passed for 6%. Because it's so sweet. It's so sweet. It's got a bit of that like lactosey element to it, if that makes any sense. Because of the sweetness. What do you call that? Condensed milk. It almost tastes a bit like the condensed milk you can get. Very similar to that, the flavor that I'm getting at the start there. But it's beautiful. I'd have to agree with the beer gals. What they're saying there is quite accurate, and I'd have to agree with them. It's quite sweet, quite caramelly. They're saying there's a bit of a licorice finish on this. I can see where they're getting that. It is something quite similar to that in the middle of that too. So, great beer, guys. Do mind your manners with it. It won't be for everyone. If you haven't had a Belgian style before, maybe check out some of the lower percentage ones first. I will say, however, this is served at 3 degrees on the perfect draft system, and this beer should not be served at 3 degrees. Ideally, it should be, maybe 6, 7 degrees, maybe even a bit warmer than that. So you are losing some of the flavour in the temperature on the machine, and that's probably one of the things I wish this machine could do, that you could set the temperature on it. It is a disadvantage that it is only 3 degrees. You cannot change it to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees to suit some of the other beers that are available on the machine. However, in saying that, it's still a top quality product. I would recommend trying it. But if you like your Belgian beers, do try this out. I think you're gonna love this. It's top class. It's an experience beer. It's not a session beer. You're not gonna drink pints of this, or drink a lot of these, because of the percentage, the 8% ABV on this beer. But it's a great beer, guys. I'll give this The only thing being that you can't set the temperature to get the proper experience on it in terms of straight out of the tap is a bit of a disadvantage. I will drop half a point just for that, but otherwise it's top class. It's 9.5 out of 10 from a right nice pint. If you've had it, let me know in the comments what you think of this beer. And hit like if you've enjoyed the review. Hit subscribe, and a big thank you to all the subscribers who have been coming on board on the channel over the last while too. I really do appreciate it. About 450 subs now, which is amazing. So really happy with that. But keep hitting sub, keep hitting like, and I'll see you soon for a right nice pint.